Yo, what is going on? It is a Tuesday, but we want to introduce something special and something new. This is what sports is really about. It's not about the box score, the highlights, not even the championships. It's about the argument. It's about the barbershop conversations, the debates. You know what it is. Because every era sounds obvious after it happens. But when you look back, we always have something to argue about. So I want to welcome everybody to the squad. This is not your typical sports podcast. This is where your opinions get tested. They have your takes, honestly, are going to have consequences, especially if you don't have any data to back it up. This is a part of the winning shot, but this is for the fans that actually want to engage in debate. That you have your argument, you build it, and you call us out before it happens. But don't get it twisted. This platform, we're coming for every sport. This is not just basketball. This is going to be football. This is going to be the WNBA. Shoot, this might even be wrestling. We got some wrestling fans in there. Well, it's all about picking a side. So as you listen to us, you form your own opinion. You let us know in the comments what you think. I'm with my boy Hundo, and we came up with this idea, really just to gamify the idea of sports and just to have more banter and debate and more engagement with our podcast. But also, we want to hear your takes on sports. Hundo, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited for this new format. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. A lot of good things to come.
Yeah, for sure. So let's not waste any time. Like we are fresh and deep in the NBA playoffs. We got some teams that we expected to be here and some that we didn't. So what I wanted to do, let's start the first game with this draft your dynasty. So I'm gonna give you five teams, and we're gonna go back and forth and draft our team, the team that is definitely gonna win in this year's playoffs. So I'm gonna start out with OKC. We got the juggernaut, number one seed in the West. Then I'm gonna go with the Spurs, the Celtics, the Timberwolves. I'm gonna give you a sleeper team, the Magic. So it's every player from this current team, and we're just gonna draft our top five, our starters, and then we're gonna have one six man from the bench. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So since I introduced it, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you the honors of the first pick. Who you got?
Oh, you know who I got? The unanimous defensive player of the year. That's how we start in the franchise. Easily. Mr. Wimby,
No
come on.
questions.
Come on.
Okay. So you're going Wemby, number one.
Yeah,
All right.
easy.
All right. For my number one pick, I'm gonna actually go with a sleep. Well, not a sleeper, but I think everybody expects me to pick Shea with his number one pick. But I actually go with AE number one from my team. I feel like
Mhm.
he gives elite athleticism and he's the face of the franchise. Everybody wants him to be the face of the league. And I feel like with my team, he definitely can turn it on and he can play with others.
Okay. Okay. So we got, you said San Antonio, OKC, the Magic, the Timberwolves,
Yeah. And the
okay,
Celtics.
and the Celtics.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, I probably should have asked this before. we going off of this season or what?
Yeah, just this season. Just the players on the team currently.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna go SGA. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm going SGA. I'm going
So
SGA. We got
you
SGA
got
and Wimby.
Wemby and SGA. All right. So with my pick, man, I think with my third pick, I'm gonna go JT. We're gonna figure it out. So I got
Okay.
A and JT.
That's who I was thinking for sure. I was definitely thinking JT. Um, but I'm gonna go Jalen Brown. I'm gonna go Jalen Brown. Backcourt solidified.
All right. So with my third pick, huh? Got AE, JT. I'm gonna go Paulo. I'm gonna go Paulo. Yeah, yeah. He gives me. I feel like he has elite versatility. He can play. He can, honestly, he's gonna be a mismatch on any guard, and he can play big. 270. Yeah, 6'10", 270. Yeah, give me Paulo.
Yeah, we got Wimby back there for that. So we got a rim protector. He averaging 3 blocks per game early on in his career. But we gonna take a surprise pick right here. But we gonna go defense again. I gotta go get my boy Jaden McDaniels. I gotta go get him.
Wow.
I gotta go get him. What? Elite perimeter defender. We already got SGA. We got Jalen Brown. We had Jaden and with Wimby back there. Oh yeah, we locking up.
Okay. Repeat your squad. Who do you have
We
so
got,
far?
we got Wimby at the 5.
Okay.
We're gonna throw Jaden in at the 3. We got JB at the 2, and then we got SGA at running the point. Crazy.
All right. So I got AE, JT, Paolo. Oh, that Wimby. I need to, I don't want to do Rudy.
Wendell Carter. Cook. Cook. Check. Cook.
Oh. Yeah, my number 4. I got AE, JT, Paolo. Hmm. Yeah, let me go Chet. I'm gonna go Chet at the. He's gonna have to play center, honestly, for me because I have some other ideas. But yeah, I'm gonna go Chet over Rudy.
At the 4, man, we could really go anywhere with this. I feel I'm good with the 4 I got right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take Julius Randle. Why not? Why not? Go get Julius
Okay.
Randle. We don't know what we're gonna get from him from a night to night basis, but that's okay because we got stars around him.
Okay. So you got just to recap. You got Wimby, Jaden, JB, SGA, Julius Randle. I'm gonna go AE, JT, Paolo, Chet. 5. Mm, Give me Stephon Castle. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
Stephon Castle. I feel like he can play the 1-2, and
okay.
I like him. I was gonna pick De'Aaron Fox, but I'm gonna go Stephon Castle. All right,
Okay.
so you got one more. This is gonna be a 6 man.
Oh, Mr. Franz Wagner. He just went crazy. He was getting to his spots versus the Pistons. We can hey, if Julius Randle don't want to hoop, we got Franz. It's okay. We got a rotation. We got a rotational 4. Whoever hot that night can start. It don't matter.
All right, so say state your squad again for the
Wimby,
people.
Wimby at the
Okay,
5, Julius Randle at the 4. You know, train. He's substitutable. We got Franz coming off the bench. We got Jaden McDaniels. We got Jalen Brown, and we got SGA.
all right, okay. So I'm going AE, JT, Paolo, Chet, Stephon Castle, and at my 5, I'm gonna go Jalen Williams. I'm gonna go Jalen Williams. Gives us a little bit of defense presence and scoring off the bench. I look like my 5. I feel like it's very versatile. The only player I'm really worried about in your squad that I feel like I can't measure up with is Wimby, honestly. But yeah, I'm
Um,
feeling
question for you:
yeah.
When you say Jalen Williams, which Jalen Williams you talk about?
That's a good question. And I'm talking about the one from Arkansas. I'm talking about the shooting guard from Santa Clara.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, all right, all
just
right,
so we clear.
okay.
Not the actual 6 man. I think he might be the six
Oh,
or
okay.
7 man. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're cooking your squad. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah, nah. I feel like
Wimby,
AE.
Wimby is having his way. Who guarding SGA? He getting to that free throw line.
I mean, I put Stephon Castle on
Barbecue chicken.
for sure, but who
For
do you
sure.
for sure? But at the end of the day, like I like my squad because I feel like JT can go off. Paolo, he definitely can score, and like I say, he's versatile. So yeah, Wimby might get his, and defensively he might be a stalwart, but hopefully Chet can handle his own at least.
We're
Um,
we're zoning up Paolo. Shoot the
okay,
ball. And we got Wimby on the
I trust
backside.
I trust it. I mean, but at the end of the day, I got two killers with A and JT, and just like you're seeing with the Nuggets Timberwolves series, I trust A. So
Okay.
yeah, we at least gonna compete. Um, and
Mhm.
and definitely if it was a 7 game series, I think we could get a 4-3 easy, easy.
You don't believe that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But but y'all might get one game.
Nah,
Y'all be
nah.
lucky if it go to six. Y'all for sure not winning in seven. That's for sure not happening. Y'all be lucky to get two games. Respectfully.
Nah, we coming out. We got killers on our team.
Nah, I, I
Well,
I definitely like that AE pick. You know I rock with AE. I like that AE pick. If you didn't get him, I probably was gonna get him.
yeah. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, like if you're starting Jaden McDaniels, I know he can, defend, but I still trust if he's guarding JT. That's who you have him on.
Oh no, we he versatile. We could put him on whoever, and, and we could also move him to the bench and bring Franz in. Give us a little
Mm,
more size.
I don't know. I mean,
Julius, you're not moving Julius Randle. He gonna hold his own against whoever he guarding. And like I said, we still got Wimby back there. that's the that's the eraser. it don't, it don't let him get by you. It's okay. We got the best shot blocker we done ever seen in NBA history back there.
yeah, but I'm just hoping that with Jalen and Stephon, we get a little creation plus IQ. AE, I know he can score, and he's just a killer. Like he would, be excited about a matchup like this going against Wimby, taking him down. JT, really a two-way star, even though he's coming off of Achilles, I still trust him. Paolo, hopefully he can just do what he's doing now versus the Pistons. Like just be a rebounder and a scorer, play big, knock down an occasional shot with a 6'10" frame. And then the only person I'm really worried about is Pitt. If he can just provide a little bit of shooting, bring Wimby out, especially if you run a man, and that just opens up the floor even more. So it has to be a gritty series, and I think there's some things on your roster that I feel like is going to get exposed.
Good luck.
But y'all let us know what y'all think. Like we got to put our teams on there, and we just got to ask the people what they think about our squads. Because I'm
For
sure
sure.
I'm winning, but yeah, I'm just really worried about Wimby.
Yeah, that's a big word.
For sure. So I guess like in the spirit of Wimby, like how are you feeling about this MVP race thus far? Like you got Wimby, you have Jokic and SGA. Obviously SGA and Wimby, I mean SGA and Jokic have been there before, but now you got a new contender who just won DPOI. How do you feel about Wimby and his chances with MVP this year?
Yeah, I think it's very high. I mean, he might not be the favorite to get it, but I mean, he definitely got a case. You look at it, nobody expected the Spurs to be number two in the West. No, I don't think anybody probably had him getting unanimous defensive player of the year. Like I said, the man averaging 3 blocks per game every season of his career. We see the defensive impact. He only getting better offensively. He literally put the team on his back that missed the playoffs last year. So we see his impact when he's on the court. It's only a matter of time. Even if he don't get it this year, it's only a matter of time because he only getting better.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard, man, because it's like Shea has the regular season in a chokehold. Like he's getting like 36 and 6 a night. And like even though we talk about him being a foul merchant, the fact that he's able to manipulate the game in a way that he gets to the free throw line is impressive in itself. And then, OKC, the best team. So like I guess this year is really gonna be a question. Is like, does the best team and the best player on that team get the nod, or are we actually gonna value what value? Well, are we actually gonna value what value looks like? Because I mean, like you just said, like Wimby is really like a cheat code. Like he's getting like 28 and 12 with 3 blocks, and I feel like the hidden feature is like how he's changing team scouting reports. Like teams are actually shooting the three a lot more when they're playing against the Spurs, and even with the drives, like I feel like a lot of the Spurs guards are comfortable letting their matchup go because they know they have a rim protector back there. And Wemby made a comment like a couple months ago. He was just talking about he's one of the few stars that actually play offense and defense. And he's playing in these games where a lot of these other candidates are known for one thing. Like even Jokic. Like Jokic is not known for his defense, but like he is an offensive savant. Where do you value that? Because basketball is a two-way sport. So it's like you have the best guy playing both ways. Does that give you a leg up over this other players who are great on one side of the ball?
I mean, I would think so, but I mean, also in the same breath, on the other hand of it, it's like that's why we have defensive player of the year too. So it's like if you gonna value that defensive player of the year award, if you unanimously gave him the defensive player of the year award, that validates the defense technically, if you want to be technical about it. So I mean, like you said, it's gonna come down to like, do we truly, value this player? Like, can you measure that value by giving him that award? Or do
Yeah.
you give it to the best player on the best team? But then on the other hand, outside of the MVP race, when you look at the coach of the year award race, the coach wasn't a finalist. So it's like y'all bogus if y'all do that. And I'm
So
gonna
let me
call it out if it happened.
so that's the question though, because like I feel like if it was just given to Mark, like I feel like one of the things that was like secretly good is like he was coaching a depleted roster for most of the season. Like with Jalen Williams out, Shea was out a couple of games, and he was winning, with Isaiah Joe, Hassan Wallace, and Isaiah Hartenstein. And I feel like that does get some credit, but I feel like I don't know if he won it last year, but people are used to OKC being good, and I feel like the same LeBron fatigue people had for 8 straight years. I feel like that's what's getting ready to start happening with OKC and the awards.
And sure, you can even make the case for Jokic. Because Jokic putting up crazy numbers. And he
Yeah,
probably ain't gonna get MVP this year.
facts,
So
historic numbers.
yeah,
So let me,
he
let me
having he
ask you
having one of
this.
the best years of his career.
Facts. So let me ask you this: like, you take Wemby off of the Spurs, you take Shea off of the OKC, you take Jokic off of the Nuggets. Are all three of those teams missing the playoffs? Who's the best team out of all of them?
I feel like all of those teams can still probably make the playoffs, in all honesty. Like what Jamal Murray has been doing, if he's healthy, he can get them to a play in. I think he can get them to a play in with,
Mhm.
with everybody else that they have in. The Spurs, they're deep. I think they might not be the 2 seed, but if everybody else is healthy and Wimby's off that team, I can see them being, 6, 7 seed.
Yeah,
The Thunder, you still got J Dub, you still got Chet, you
Isaiah
got
Hartenstein.
Isaiah Joe, Hartenstein. Like that's not terrible. I feel like they could be in that 6, 7, 8 range still.
So who's the best team out of rank them without them?
Hmm. Spurs 1, Nuggets 2, OKC 3, but it's close with 2 and 3. It's close, but I think Jamal Murray can do a better job carrying than Jalen Williams and Chet can.
Yeah, I would actually go Thunder 1, Spurs 2, and Nuggets 3. I feel like the depth of the Nuggets will worry me, and I feel like Jokic
Mhm.
Jokic covers up a lot that we don't see. That hopefully, Aaron Gordon turns into a two, but I'm I feel like just the depth of the Spurs, the depth of the Thunder, like you said, like SGA and Jalen Williams were missing games, and the Thunder was still competing. And you have guys who not only are talented but also are have matured and they're seasoned. Like you get like a Kassan Wallace, Isaiah Joe. They may look like just regular guys, but they've been playing in meaningful games, almost their entire career since they've been in the league. So I feel like, and you have Mark. So I feel like Mark is good with these type of teams and taking young talent and just getting a little bit extra than what they're expected to do. And Mitch Johnson is up and coming coach, but I feel like you have a De'Aaron Fox, you have a Harrison Barnes to help,
Yeah.
propel that roster and gel them together. So yeah,
I just feel like the Spurs is too deep, bro. Like I feel like the Spurs are actually like they would be fine.
that's fair. That's fair. I feel like it's interchangeable. I feel like the third Thunder and Spurs have the same strengths, right? And I feel like Wemby himself covers up a lot of those weaknesses they have. Because I feel like one of the weaknesses I see with the Spurs is just size, right? But when you have a 7'4" guy back there, like most of the game, that question kind of gets
That size don't even matter no more.
right. You don't even know who is the backup center for the Spurs. It's just like don't matter.
We got Wemby, we good.
Yeah. All right. So like with the MVP, who's your MVP?
I would probably have to go Wemby. I would go Wemby. Like I said, nobody expected him to be the 2 seed. A team that wasn't in the playoffs when he wasn't on the court last year, and now they're the 2 seed. Like that's value.
Okay. I want to say Wemby. I feel like I have to get out of my mind of like what I want to see and what I feel like is going to happen, because I really think that Shea's going to get his second MVP. I want Wemby to win. Low key, I want Jokic to win because I feel like Jokic's numbers, especially last year. I know we can't go off of last year's stats, but it's like I feel like he's just getting hold and he's putting up historic numbers that we just like. Okay, that's just a regular night for Jokic. So I want either Jokic or Wemby to win, but I think it's going to be Shea, to be honest.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I mean, yeah, I'm not mad either way. Whoever get it, like I feel all three got a case and just deserving of getting it. So I ain't tripping.
Yeah. All right, so let's move to the second segment of the show. We're going to do keep 3 and cut 2, and we're going to do MVP edition. So I'm going to give you 5 in past MVPs, and you let me know which 2 are going to be cut and which 3 you keeping on your squad. All right, so we're going to start with Jokic. Then we're actually going to go Embiid. And then we're going to go Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, and then we're going to do LeBron James.
Jokic, Embiid, Curry, Giannis, Steph, and Brian.
Yeah.
That's easy. The 3 I'm keeping: Jokic, Brian, and Steph.
Jokic, Brian, Steph. Okay. I'm
All
going to go.
generational players.
Well, hold on. Giannis is not generational?
I mean, from like a skill set standpoint. I feel like Giannis is like I feel like it could be duplicated. I feel like what we see from Jokic, we haven't seen really from anybody. What we've seen from Brian throughout the years, we haven't seen it before. And Curry, just ability to shoot the ball, and when he's on, he's on. So yeah, I'm taking those 3 easily.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think I would go Jokic, Curry, and Brian. I feel like even in Embiid's, MVP year, like people were still saying Jokic should have won it. So that's
Yeah.
why I just think, I feel like the years that you won, I feel like it had to be definitive. You were arguing to be the top player in the league, and I don't know if Embiid has ever got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like with Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Jokic, who would you start, bench, or cut?
Well, it's one of them that's continuously in the GOAT conversations. So he's for sure starting LeGoat James, as some people call him. Um, I'm going to bench. I'm gonna go Curry. I'm gonna bring Curry out the bench, and I'm gonna cut Jokic. I'm gonna cut Jokic. I'm sorry, Jokic, but Steph and Braun, we seen them on the Olympics.
Hmm, interesting.
You about to
I
say
feel
something bogus? You about to say something bogus just to be different? Yeah,
I
I
agree.
know, I know,
I
I
can't.
know.
No, I can't cut prime Brian or bench. So it's hurtful to say. I gotta see. I gotta get out of the 41-year-old Brian into the 31.
I wanted you to say something dumb. I wanted you to say something dumb. I wanted you to.
Yeah, I would go Brian. I guess the question I have though is just with the bench because like they're both generational. It just depends on what type of generational you want. Because I feel like Jokic can give a lot of bigs mismatches with his ability to shoot the three and pass the ball. But the problem is, and the reason why I would bench Curry and cut Jokic is because I feel like Bron does the same thing. Bron is a savant, offensively, and so you have both of them being able to pass, which could be scary. But I need some element of shooting that is like high volume, like Curry.
Yeah,
So yeah,
threes over twos. Give me the best shooter
facts.
any day. LeBron gonna find him.
Especially in this era. Like I feel like it would be preposterous for prime Curry to not be in my squad.
Yeah, he had a crazy run when he was locked in for real.
Yeah, I'm actually a wild card question.
Okay,
Who had a better MVP season, Westbrook or Harden?
I'm gonna go Westbrook, bro, because them triple doubles was insane, bro. Like what he was doing in a single season, bro. Like it was just him. What help? It was him, bro. Yeah, give me Westbrook. That boy is a dog. Talking about dogs. I know he was talking about Ant-Man earlier, but Prime Westbrook, that boy was different.
I'm gonna go Harden.
I
Like
respect it.
I look at the stats. Westbrook 31.6 per game, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. But I feel like Harden played more meaningful basketball that season. 20, I think it was 2018. And I'm gonna be real. I feel like some of the triple doubles for what Russell Westbrook was a little bit of stat pattern, bro. We're gonna be honest. Like it was impressive, but I feel like you know how I feel about Russ. I think in terms of just pure value, what Harden did that season, yeah, I'm gonna go Harden.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to the last part of our show. We're doing some blind rankings. Um, I'm gonna give you some names, and if you have been following the pattern of this show, we have been discussing MVPs. And in the spirit of the award show, I wanted to ask Hundo some of the past playoff MVPs. So I'm gonna just shoot them some names, and you just let me know where you will rank them 5 to 1. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. So for the first name, I'm gonna give you Tim Duncan, 2003 MVP.
4.
Okay. Next, I'm gonna give you the actually back-to-back MVP is crazy. Steph Curry.
Mm, 2.
Okay. 2011 Derrick Rose, Chicago Bulls.
5.
No. 2010 LeBron James.
3.
Hmm. And the one you left off was 2008 Kobe Bryant.
I ain't mad at that. Kobe had the one spot. Okay. R.I.P. Bean.
Okay.
I ain't too mad at that.
All right. So 5, who'd you have?
D Rose.
D Rose. 4, you had Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
3,
Braun.
Bron. 2,
Curry.
Steph, and Kobe.
Kobe
2008.
at 1. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
28,
that 5.
27. All right. We gotta put it in the comments to let people debate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually agree with that. I feel like the thing is with Brian, it's just so many different years he could have won.
Yeah.
Um, I probably would have. I
Oh,
think I would have put 10-5.
Braun played 81 games that year too.
Yeah, I was gonna put him 1. Like I feel like that was a special year. Looking at the stats.
Yeah. Braun
Yeah,
played
I would put
81
Brian 1.
games that year. Mm.
Brian 1. It's that year. Steph Curry.
Bro, but like that year Steph won it, bro. Like them back-to-back years, like he was on a tear, bro.
Facts.
He was
And
on a tear.
like 30.1 points a game, 5.4 rebounds, 6.7 assists. My gosh. Yeah, I would go Braun 1, Curry 2, Kobe 3. I'm putting Tim 5,
D Rose at 4.
D Rose 4. That was a special year for D Rose, man.
That was the only special year. D-
That's, I mean, hey, we're not looking at the totality. We're looking at the year.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I
Mm.
feel like so like I guess in terms of like the past MVPs, like is there any one MVP that's like more special to you than the others?
Mm. I, this might be a hot take, but I would say it anyways because we were just talking about it. But for me personally, as a fan of basketball, like seeing Embiid finally get one, bruh, and I know that was a debatable that he got it anyways, but like seeing him finally get one, bruh, like I'm glad he was able to get one. Regardless of what you think, that man in the record books for winning the MVP.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. I can't even rock with that one. Like, yeah, I guess you could say the same thing about Kevin Garnett 2004, but um, I mean, I feel like in that spirit though, like I, I like in terms of how it made me feel, I feel like that 2014 KD MVP was like special. Like obviously you had the
You
speech,
the MVP. You the
but
real MVP.
but KD I feel like was supposed to be in stamped at, like after that year because it wasn't around that time like he went to the Warriors. Was it the year after?
Yeah, I think it was the year after that. Either the
Yeah,
year or two after that.
yeah, um,
I mean,
yeah.
I ain't mad at that. I feel like Derrick Rose went too. Knowing what we know now about how his career went, like that was a big one. Maybe not in the moment, but like looking back at his career now, it's like he had a special year that year, and then like he really didn't ever get back to that level ever again for a whole season. So shout out D Rose, man.
Which is crazy because like I'm thinking about even the Steve Nash years, like especially the year that he got hold, oh that Kobe got hold over Steve Nash. Like I'm looking at some of these stats, like it was still crazy, but like wasn't one of these years Kobe averaged 30 and they gave it to Steve?
Yeah, yeah. Bogus.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the 87 to 92 years, and it was literally a flip flop with Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. It's insane.
Dominating. Boys had
Fact.
to leave by a chokehold.
All right, we're gonna end the show. We're just doing some rapid fire questions. Um, who is the best player in the next 5 years? Like in 5 years from now, who would be saying the best player is?
I can only give you one.
Yeah.
Wimby.
All right. Who in 5 years? This is anybody in the league right now. Who in 5 years are we gonna be saying is the most overrated?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people can be in that category.
Yeah.
Are we focusing on like stars specifically, or just like anybody? Like,
Anybody. Like
um, let me think. I might get some heat for this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this.
go ahead.
Jalen Brunson.
Not the Knicks fan. Hmm, that's interesting. I can see that though. 5 years from now. It pains me to say this, but I would actually say Devin Booker. Like I think Devin Booker is gonna put up good stats, but I don't know what the Suns are gonna look like in 5 years. And I feel like he's still in the upper echelon in terms of how we talk about him. But it's like, well, in 5 years when we look at it, you're like, he was a really good player, but I feel like his career is gonna be more like a Bradley Bill than it's gonna be like the A or JC, honestly.
I'm gonna say this about Devin Booker. He better not still be on the Suns in 5 years. I tell him that. You better not still be on the Suns in the next 5 years, Mr. Booker. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. I think he the contracts now, I don't see him ever leaving. I think he's gonna be in Phoenix for life.
Okay. Loser.
Who's a sleeper player that we're gonna be adding to the MVP conversation next season?
Sleeper? I feel like we about to have the same people in there. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a sleeper like Anthony
Well, I guess
Edwards.
who's a new name?
I mean, I feel like Anthony Edwards a cave, but like I feel like that's not a new name.
Could Denny
I got
Avdia get your
I,
votes?
I got one for you.
Oh,
Jalen Johnson.
that's a name. I was gonna say that name. It was either gonna be him or Denny Avdia, but I don't know if the Trailblazers can replicate this kind of season next
They
season.
got they got Dame coming back. His numbers
Yeah,
gonna drop.
hmm. Which of the top picks in this year's draft are you most excited to see?
My Duke guy, of course, Cam Boozer, easily.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Darius Acuff. Depending on where he lands, I think he definitely has star appeal, and I'm curious to know how his game is going to translate to the NBA because I feel like Cal gave him a little bit of freedom that I'm curious to know. Like if he ends up on the Dallas Mavericks, I want to know what Jason Kidd would do with him, even though like a Cooper Flag's the centerpiece. Like, will he still be able to play free? Is he going to have to operate around Cooper? Or what is that going to look like? But I think if he gets, people are making the conversation about, AI. I saw somebody talk about him being more comp to like Stephon Marbury, which I can't unsee. But both of those players had a lot of freedom. So I think he just has to have the freedom to rock out and be who he is. But in structure, I don't know if he'll necessarily be what everybody is capable of to be.
I got one for you. Which rookie this year that's a rookie right now is going to take the biggest leap next year.
Mm, I feel like the obvious answer to me would be Khan because I'm curious to know what he looks like in the playoffs next year if they were to make it in. Is Mark Williams a rookie or is he a sophomore?
He done been in the league, bro.
Yeah,
He might have like 3 or 4 years in the league, actually, maybe two.
yeah, yeah. I would go Khan. Who you have?
Hmm. I feel like I'm between either Jeremiah Fears or Ace Bailey. In all honesty, like I feel like Ace low key had like a okay season, but like it could be better. And
Yeah,
but my only thing with that is like, what's the direction in Utah? Because you went and got Jaren. It's like what is that team actually gonna look like?
yeah. I'm, but I look at the same conversation with New Orleans because it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
Jeremiah can rock out, but you still got Jordan Poole in that roster.
yeah. You still got
Actually,
DeJounte.
I got my pick. It's gonna be Cedric Howard. I think Cedric Howard takes a step up. And if he's still in the Grizzlies, I feel like there's going to be a lot of shakeups, and it's really going to be trying to them trying to evaluate the young talent they have. I feel like it's going to be a gap year for the Grizzlies. They're not going to be playing serious basketball.
When do you think Dylan Harper is gonna get the keys to the Spurs?
Depends on how this playoffs goes, bro. Like if the Spurs, I feel like success would low key like change the Spurs direction, especially if Dylan Harper comes in hoops, because I feel like they would now try to get off contracts to prepare for that Wimby like contract. And you would move Stephon to the two, and I feel like Dylan Harper would go to the one, and you would just kind of reload. And I feel like De'Aaron Fox would probably be the missing piece. I feel like obviously they wouldn't trade him to Houston, but like a team that needs a point guard, like they would definitely move off of him if they're successful with him. But I feel like if they're still kind of struggling, Dylan Harper still looks like a rookie, then I think they would, keep De'Aaron around to keep veteran presence.
Mm, yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like De'Aaron can still hoop at a high level, but it's just like, how long do you keep him around before you hand over the keys? So we'll see.
How long do you stick with Zion, or do you move him this year if you're the Pelicans?
They should have been moved him yesterday at this point. Because once again, like you just said, what's the direction of the Pelicans? You got all these pieces and you're not winning no games. You got to start trading some people. You got Herb Jones, you got what's the other Trey Murphy, DeJounte, Jordan Poole, Zion, and you still can't win. Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, like, what are y'all doing? Still losing. That's what y'all doing. So you got to start making some changes. Blow it
Yeah.
up.
What happens to the Knicks if y'all lose versus the Hawks in the first round?
Gotta start making some changes. Gotta start making some changes. They already tried to fire the coach. That didn't work. Now that's looking dumb, especially after last night. So yeah, somebody got to get moved.
Can we give the squad a brief snippet of the Khalil Ware rant that you had the other day?
Khalil Ware,
Yes.
that brother's lazy. That bro, man, he showed me some laziness out there. That boy got all the potential in the world and lazy. He the lazy version of Wimby. He a lazy Wimby.
I feel like Khalil Ware is going to have a Christian Wood type arc where everybody was talking about him like a year ago as this like hidden piece. And I feel like after that performance versus the Hornets, I just think that he's lost all of his immediate value.
Bro, I see why Spo wasn't playing him. I understand, Eric. I understand. The man's lazy, can't protect the rim. Bro, this man rotated over, trying to block a shot like, bruh, like that was the laziest block attempt I ever seen, bruh. I'm like, bruh, you that big, you can't get off the ground to try to block a shot?
Yeah, yeah. And so, like, what do you do if you're the Heat? Do you just go for Ja or like, because you cannot run it back? Don't tell me that they have to make a splash this offseason.
Yeah, but who is that? Because I feel like Hero can play with the ball in his hands. I feel like he's becoming more comfortable playing with the ball in his hands. Yes, he's not a true point guard, but like I wouldn't be mad at him having point guard duties. I'm not mad at that, but they do need to make a move. Shoot, go get Giannis. I don't think Ja's moving the needle that much in Miami. You got to go try to get Giannis.
Only problem with Giannis is like, who do you give up? I feel like you're gonna have to gut your roster. And can Hero and Giannis win a championship? Just them?
I
And
mean,
and
if you can keep Bam, I'm giving up Khalil Ware, Jaquez. Who else they got over there? What's his name?
Norman
Norman
Powell,
Powell. Yeah, getting rid of all of them. Who you want? But I'm not giving you Bam or Hero.
yeah, I feel like the trade is dead if you one of them you can't move off of for the
Well, if I
Bucks.
had, to, I mean, if I'm Bam, I'm not going to Milwaukee, bro. He's not doing that. Bam is not going to Milwaukee. That's dead.
He's like, I dropped 83.
Bam is not going to Milwaukee. I promise you that. They're gonna have to get another team involved because he's not he's not playing in Milwaukee. I promise you that.
Hmm. Yeah, I see you. All right, last question. I think it's a good one. Bam's 83 or Kobe's 81.
I feel like Bam probably got like half his points from the free throw line. So I'm gonna go Kobe. I'm gonna go Kobe. But also on the same hand, like you can make the case that like Bam is not this elite scorer, bro. So the fact that he got 83 is wild. Like that's commendable. I respect it.
Yeah, but I agree. I think I would go Kobe's 81 only because I feel like the highlights of that game was nasty with Bam because they were intentionally fouling him and he was on the free throw line most of the game. And it just looked like even the Wizards were trying to get him to 83. And I feel like if honestly, for me as a basketball fan, if he would have just gotten 70 pure, we could have been like, oh my gosh, like that was like neck and neck with one of the top scoring performances ever. And I feel like the added drama of trying to get him in the last minutes to that number to match and pass Kobe, it kind of diluted the performance to me. So I would go Kobe's 81, honestly.
I know they lost the game, but I'll never forget Devin Booker scoring 70.
Agreed. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a pure 70, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. But there's also been maybe it might just be the way it happened because there's other players who have scored 60 and 70 points that I just don't remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just feel like with Devin Booker, you just remember where what I feel like for sports fans, you kind of remember where you were. It's like, okay, because as a Celtics fan, he did that on us. And he was
Hey, it was crazy because he was like, "Can't none of them guard me." I was like,
you're
"Oh,
right.
all right, yeah, I can get behind that energy." But y'all lost.
Yeah, no, I
They can't
agree.
guard y'all, but they won the game.
Yeah, and I feel like for Kobe, like it just matched his like killer instinct, and I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of just added to who he already was. And so I don't think in Bam's career, now this is just me talking. I don't think that this was like, oh my gosh, this is like legendary from Bam. Like the other ones felt a little bit more legendary to me as a basketball fan. So yeah, I'll put Kobe Bryant one.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this is a solid first episode. We definitely got a lot more topics to discuss, go back and forth about. But as always, this is not just about me and Hundo. We're gonna have John on the episode, and we're gonna talk about football. We're gonna talk about WNBA. We're gonna talk about golf. We're gonna talk about all the sports. But we really want you to be a part of the show. So as we post, immediately comment and tell us where we're bogus. Go back to the beginning of the episode and let us know your squad. Like, who would you pick in your top five? Because we coming at you, and we want to just incorporate sports fans just talk amongst each other. So we're not just watching the games; we're talking about them too. That's really what the squad is. The squad ain't just about the players on the screen; it's about us, talking, discussing sports. And until next time, we want to see you. So like, share, and subscribe. Get this out there. And also, if you haven't already, go look at our past winning shot episodes as we talk about and dissect some of these games. We got a lot of stuff coming up. You let us know what you want us to talk about in this next episode. Peace.
Peace.